Hey ho everyone! With 2018 coming to its end, I want to show you the personal work I've done over the year, in mostly chronological order. At the end of the video, I will pick out a few pieces I like the most and talk about them in more detail. I will only include finished and digital illustrations in this video, otherwise this would take hours. So, without much more talk, please enjoy the video. Well, that's it. Most of my finished digital artwork of 2018. 142 illustrations in total collected in this video. I've excluded client work, illustrations done as a gift, studies, practice pieces, and sketchbook stuff, otherwise this video would be easily an hour long. But maybe I'll do a sketchbook tour next year once my current sketchbook is full. Could be nice. All in all, I'm content with my output this year. Yeah, I could have done more or better quality work, I'm sure, but considering the turns my life took this year, I won't complain. There are a few pieces that I really like this year. Some because of the quality, some because of the story they tell, and some for what they mean to me on a personal level. So it was really hard for me to choose my top 3, which is why I went with 4. First, I want to talk about The Keeper of Secrets. Both the original drawing from my daily drawings this year and the colored version I made a few months later. I just love her design, especially the contrast between her flowing forms and the heavy stone tablet diary she's carrying, which fits perfectly into her description. The Keeper of Secrets is a spirit summoned from a deep, dark ocean from another world, to listen to and record the thoughts and feelings of the summoner. Basically, she's a safe and magical diary. The book in her hand, the stone tablets, are locked behind 7 seals that can only be opened by her or the initial summoner. Nothing else can break them. No god, no other magic, nothing. However, before the original summoner dies, he can proclaim an heir to his secrets, which is then allowed to read those secrets after the original summoner's passing. Writing and journaling helped me a lot over the past few years, especially dealing with my personal mental health and other issues. So she is this experience given form. The second one I've chosen to talk a little bit about is the Dancing Flame. The Dancing Flame is inspired by a person I've met a few years ago and the effect she had on me. Joy can be very infectious, especially when it is radiating freely and honestly like the warmth of a fire in a cold, dark night. The Dancing Flame is an embodiment of just that. It jumps and dances around to spark that joy in the hearts of those who seem to have lost it. Like the Keeper of Secrets, the Dancing Flame is also a summoning creature called upon from another world. While she has more quote-unquote practical applications, like kindling fire for example, she is more loved for the effect she has on people's hearts. Like I said, joy is very infectious, or in this case, kindling, and people just love to have this small bundle of joy around them. Much like the Keeper of Secrets is an embodiment of my thoughts on journaling, the Dancing Flame is a representation of what I felt like getting to know that person who helped me a lot in the past few years. So, very personal stuff here, woohoo! But I won't go into much more detail. Don't you dare ask. Number 3 doesn't really have a name. It simply shows a scene that might happen on an adventure. It has a lot of issues in perspective and anatomy, I know that, but I love the open storytelling in it. Who's the adventurer? What are his ruins? Why is that spirit, soul, ghost still clinging to his old bones? Maybe he's protecting the amulet his skeleton carries, or he just loves to hang around his old bones. I think I wrote a story on Instagram to this image, but really it's whatever you want to see in it. I got interested in D&D and pen and paper RPGs in general over the course of the year and started to learn how to play, while still looking for a group and only find full stacks, and damn it. And this image came up while thinking about possible encounters. There are a lot of, I don't know, classical high fantasy worlds and the like, which I still do enjoy. I like to listen to recordings of streams and reading fantasy novels, so I love those, but I don't know, sometimes there seems to be a lack of fun or just weirdness in general, so why not take the concept of a ghost enemy, a wraith, or something else which people can talk to go over an encounter maybe, and if they screw up some checks, the cute little ghost thingy becomes a terrible wraith or whatever, or goes back into his body and starts raising again and attacking. I don't know, maybe they insulted his ghostly beard or something, which would be reason enough for me to come back and kick your ass. Beards are cool. Yeah, that's basically all I can tell you about the image. But you can tell me what you see in this image in the comments below if you like. It would be interesting to read what other people see in my drawings. It's always nice to know. Well, choosing the fourth and last image I wanted to talk about was really, really hard. Basically, two images made the cut this year, and I liked them equally on different terms. So yeah, choosing between those two, damn it. One is a lovely piece with a great story behind it, and the other one means a lot personally. So yeah, but I'll go with How to Catch an Octobear. I got the idea for this creature, half bear, half octopus, by brainstorming ideas for autumn-themed illustrations about 3 or 4 years ago. Since then, I've been drawing one Octobear image each October. Also, I tell myself that the reason the month is called October is because of the Octobear. Because, I don't know, the Octobear likes to show up in that time of the year, and people just decided to, well, let's call the month like that because, I don't know, trees or something. Working on this one, I think, was the hardest piece of this year. I've been using mostly black and white, graphite and pencil styles the whole year and didn't do anything with color aside from vector stuff, which is a completely different workflow. So going back to painting color was really, really, really terribly difficult. The first color piece I did this year I think is fine but terrible, and this one took way longer than it should have. But it was really fun to work on it and seeing it come to life. I love the composition, which has this neat little thing I did not plan, but realized halfway through the painting, that the arm of the bear reaching for the honey and one of the tentacles above the boy's head form a heart shape, with the honey in the center. And with the blooming light behind it, it just feels kind of nice. That's why I love this piece. And like Bob Ross used to say, a happy little accident. And it just snapped my finger. That's a habit I have. Where was I? Yes, just a happy little accident, and it came through perfectly. There are still issues with the composition, like the bottom top left corner doesn't really do anything. I could have just pushed the forest more to that side and created the light effect some differently, but all in all, I'm really happy with this piece. I did a few studies beforehand, one which I also released in the video, The Old Guy, and spun the story around those, that the old guy is the father or grandfather of the boy, which used to play on the lake when he was young himself, but was quote-unquote attacked by the bear, which basically means he was fishing with his trusted teddy bear and was startled by the emerging octobear, ran away and left his teddy behind. The octobear believed, oh, it's kind of cute, little bear, take it with me, and kidnapped the teddy bear. Since then, the old man, or the soon-to-be an old man, came back to the lake ever since to get revenge for the kidnapping of his closest friend, the teddy bear, telling the story to his children and grandchildren, and the boy thought to himself, well, since this ominous monster stole a teddy bear, and a teddy bear is kinda cute, which we in German say süß, meaning sweet directly translated, he might love other sweet things, and what's sweeter than honey? So he took a jar of honey, went to the lake, and, well, who would have thought the octobear was indeed lured in by the honey and basically caught by the boy, hence the name How to Catch an Octobear. And yeah, the second contender for first place, so to say, on the spot, will get its own video early next year. It's a very, very personal piece and is kind of sad and story and how I got the idea. And I didn't really want to end on a low note, so have a cute octobear. I really love this piece, and the next one, like I said, will come early next year in its own video. Well, that's it. My personal work from 2018 and the last video for this year. And what a strange, terrible, intriguing, interesting, terrifying year it was. If you have questions regarding my work, feel free to write to me in the comments. You can also follow me on Instagram, where I make regular art posts and write all my little stories to my paintings and drawings. Or you can support me via PayPal, if you like. Every little bit helps. All the links will be in the description below, and otherwise I will talk to you in the comments. Now, with the usual spiel at the end of a video out of the way, I wish you a great New Year's Eve, a great start in the next year, or how we like to say in German, guten Rutsch.